Okay, so this is a video just to help you guys learn a little bit more about the vocab terms related to streams and rivers. We're going to look at some pictures that I took of a stream that flows through my subdivision, so that's kind of cool. These pictures were taken on different days, and you'll see like there's some comparisons I can show you. So first off, I just wanted to show you like the idea of a stream channel, which is this right here. The channel, of course, would be the part of the area where the stream's actually flowing, and then the center of the channel is going to be the deepest part, and the edges will be shallower, as you can see there. So that's just really basic. You've seen streams, you know what that is. This is interesting because that is the same stream, that's the same place of the same part of the stream, but this is in flood stage. So this was after a heavy rain, and you can see the difference. That is the same stream. You can even see here's the rock, right? There's this big rock here, same big rock right there. So, whoa, that's a lot of water. Okay, moving along. Okay, so here we have a few other terms from other parts of the stream that I took some pictures of. Same stream, but different parts. So let's zoom in here. You can't see the whole thing, obviously, so you're lacking a little bit of context, but if you look up here, you can see the stream narrows down again and becomes fairly shallow and moving fast again. This part is what you would call a pool. It's wider, it's moving much slower, it's deeper than this part, or the part that's back here that you can't see. All right, so this is what you would call a pool. That's the kind of thing that, as a vocab term, that's what you're looking at when you're looking at a river, and it is said to be a part of the river that is a pool. It would look something like this: wider than the rest of the river, a lot slower, and usually deeper as well. Here in this picture, I've got sort of an idea of what you could see as point bar deposition and then some cut bank erosion. There we go, cut bank and point bar. So the cut bank is the outer part of a curve, and then the point bar is the inner part of a curve. So you can see that in this part, there's been some deposits of sediment, and they've built up over time. And then over in this other part, you can kind of tell that it's eroding a bit. This stream is fairly stable in its configuration. It doesn't change a lot, but you can see some meanders, and you can definitely see where there's been deposits put on the inside of the curve, and how the outside of the curve seems to be sharper and steeper. So that would be a cut bank, and this would be a point bar. Okay, a little bit more here. It's hard to see it, but and these are small rapids. These are not like big rapids on a giant mountain river, but small rapids. You can see there's rocks in the stream that are out of the water, and you can see that the water is going rather quickly past them. That's the idea of a rapids, where the water is going at a fast pace, and the water is fairly shallow, usually pretty shallow. Alright, this one is a picture where you can see some meanders, or you can see the sinuosity of the stream through this part here. So up in there, the stream curves around. If you could see it, actually, the stream curves all the way around back here until it comes around to the stuff that you were seeing on the previous slide. In any case, it's a big, long meander all the way around to here, but I can't really get pictures of that part back there, so I don't have them. In any case, you can see what I mean by the meandering. It's curving around from back there, curving through here, right? So this would be a cut bank, and this is a point bar if it was going fast enough to deposit things. Anyways. Alright, at this point I want to talk a little bit about construction that was happening next to this stream as I was taking some of the pictures. and sort of the implications of that construction. You can see the path of the river at the moment kind of comes through this underpass that's artificially constructed, man-made underpass, but then it continues on its normal path. It used to actually go more through this way, like kind of all through this area was all full of water most of the time. And in fact, yeah, more of this area was dry and more of this area was full of water, but something happened, and that something is somebody started building a house right in here. And I saw them start this construction, and I thought to myself, that's going to be interesting for that stream. I wonder if they're going to put up a fence to, block the sediments, or are they going to put up a retaining wall? I mean, what are they going to do there? And for quite a long time, they didn't do anything. They just let the sediments run off as they would, and when there was a heavy rain, a bunch of this sediment just got washed off downstream, and it's changed the flow of the stream through this area. The fact that they've done this, so this is like a right next to my house almost example of what happens when you do construction on the side of a hill right next to a stream and you don't put anything to stop the sediments. They just run off. In fact, you can see here, this chunk of sediment has it's gone. It's washed off down into and here you can see there's been some runoff, where the sediments just run off down into the stream and off to some other place where I'm sure it's been deposited and made a sandbar or a point bar or something way downstream. So things that happen upstream like this do affect the flow of the stream further along, and it affects people who maybe were previously doing something in that area and now it's been filled in by sediment from upstream. So there are consequences to things like this, and that's why there's regulations in the U.S. especially and other places to stop construction from just dumping sediment into the streams and rivers. Okay, so if you think back to the image that I showed you of the pool in this stream, there's this section that's a pool. In fact, it's at the bottom of the pool is just over the edge of an overhang, like a road passing over. So my kids love to throw rocks down into this area, small rocks. They think it's a lot of fun. Anyway, side note, this is that same part of the river during flood stage. Wow. That is so much water. Just look at that stream. Look at that stream channel there, all full of water in flood stage, and then same channel here. It's worth noting that this is zoomed in further. It's not quite the same perspective. But man, I mean, up in this part especially, you can see the difference. That part right there is this part right here. So, anyways, just to show you guys what happens to a stream or a river when it's really in flood stage. So, and then one more slide of. This is the part that I showed you the meandering of the stream, and then this is the same part of the stream in flood stage. Side by side, you can see how much deeper. It's pretty violent, that water. I would not want to step into that. Another thing I'd like to point out is what the water looks like. I mean, if you look at that water is all murky. It's full of sediments and dirt and actually garbage and stuff like that as well. But man, it is full of junk. Been moving fast, moving deep. And then if you look at it here, normal, calm, not flooded, you can actually see the bottom. It's nice and clear and calm. So rivers are quite different when they're flooding versus when they're flowing normally. And historically that's been really important because floodplains then, the area around a stream where it overflows its banks and floods, the stream would deposit a whole bunch of very nice soil in those floodplains, and that made them great for agriculture and growing things. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you some visuals to go along with some of the vocabulary terms, and I thought it would be cool to give you some visuals just from our own little neighborhood nearby here. So there it is for you, and I hope that's been helpful. And thanks for watching.